Awesome. Fantastic. All right. Yeah, we have to take care of those people who couldn't come. Anyway, so the issue here really it is a very, very big one. It starts with individual health, and it ends in national and actually international health at an economic and personal level. So it's a huge issue, and that issue is chronic disease. So 80% of chronic disease is caused by the food we eat. Now, that should sound horrifying to you. And the good news is that if 80% is caused by bad food, then 80% can be prevented with good food. The other thing to understand here is that bad food, there are some foods that are they're bad for everyone. And we won't name the guilty. But most foods can be good or bad for anyone, and so this adds to the complexity of the dilemma of what is a bad food. Oops. So apparently, oh gosh, okay, went way back, went too fast. So here's the interesting thing is that that as we walk into the store. 52% of us are actually looking at the food labels to understand. We surmise that they're not doing it for fun. They're doing it to understand whether the product's good or bad for them. And as you all know, the first thing you look at, because it's the largest thing there on the food label is, let's see, I'm trying to zoom in on this thing, is that lovely giant number, the big font, 0 calories in this hint, which is a fantastic product. So as we look at the label, the huge font is calories, and then we get smaller into fats and saturated fats, and then we get smaller into calcium, et cetera, et cetera. And then the fine print that that I'm guessing most of us in this meeting can't read without, readers there. So Tara, you look too young to need readers. So, and I think Lisa too, but the guys, we're all anyway. But people are reading these labels and they have no idea what it means. And so as we study the 52%, we realize that less than 1% of them actually understand what's going on. Okay. In terms of impact, we're talking about $1.3 trillion of wasted money. Now, again, kind of forget, there's this bifocal view of this. There's the economic and the national effect and the worldwide effect on humanity as a whole. And then there's the personal effect of how long am I going to live? Am I going to live well? Am I going to be, 3 years in bed eating food out of a straw from the last 3 years of my life? Or am I going to be, running around the lakes and enjoying life down to the last minute? So these are the issues. I guess I'll go here. So what we have is we have a patented algorithm, and the algorithm was invented by me, and it determines the effectiveness of ingredients in the prevention or treatment of disease. So these foods are called functional foods, and functional by definition means that it does more than mere nutrition. So salmon, as an example, is a great food for a lot of people. And it has fish oil in it, and fish oil in it and the various components of fish oil are proven effective to lower your cholesterol. Now, if salmon didn't have fish oil in it, that would be interesting, right? But if we take another meat without the omega-3s in it, and most fish do have omega-3, but we take another protein without the omega-3s in it, then it's not going to have that same functionality. So the mere nutrition part of this is you want protein to build muscles. You've got a choice between a chicken, a cow, a fish, or whatever, and salmon is functional if you want to use protein, you want to consume protein, and you want to lower your cholesterols. Now, the other side about lowering your cholesterol is by eating the salmon, you prevent it from getting high in the first place. So these are functional foods. And what the app does, you'll see in a second, is connects the dots between clinical research that is proven. It's out of Johns Hopkins and Mayo and Cleveland Clinic and University of Minnesota and Harvard and Oxford and the whole bit. Tens of thousands of clinical studies that say we've studied an ingredient, it has this effect on this disease state. So we've got 830 medical conditions that have, again, tens, hundreds of thousands of clinical studies to support what this does or does not do. Right now, we're focused on consumer packaged goods, but in next year, we'll actually launch into menu items for restaurant and recipes. Because as you look at this product, it's got an ingredient list. We use the ingredient list to drive the app. And guess what? Our menu item is just a recipe that somebody else made, and a recipe has an ingredient list. All right, so you get the app, and we'll discuss how you get the app later, but you either buy it or you're given it to you. And then you download it, you enter your medical conditions, your fitness goals, and after that, you simply scan a UPC, and it will tell you whether the product's good or bad for you. 90% of people will stop there. Hopefully, they take the advice. If it's good, that they buy it, they use it. If it's bad, hopefully they look for another product. In the fourth window here, and I'm sorry if this is, I don't know if you can see these screens, and I don't know how to blow this up, but you can, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse? Okay. All right. So there's a go button here, and beside it, it says, great choice. Do you want to learn more? So if you hit that go button, then the next screen comes up and shows you all of the ingredients that have efficacy for the conditions you chose. Now, if you go back here to the second screen, I can't read it, so I can't imagine you can read it, but it says high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and arthritis. So those were the conditions that I put in. Those were the conditions that I put in to get the results. And so now it lists out in detail the ingredients that are good for those. If there's one ingredient that's bad for any of the conditions you've shown, then you get a big red no. And again, do you want to learn why? So for a few percentage of people who actually want to learn from this, we will teach them what is good or bad. Otherwise, they just use the app and they know what's good or bad. And if you really want to get into the weeds, we connect the clinical studies that actually prove the ingredients have efficacy to the app. So you can read about the doctors, you can read the study. I mean, technically speaking, we have millions of pages of studies connected through this app that gets us there. Something we're already doing. We're already shopping. We're already reading labels. We're changing that reading label problem, quite frankly, into a solution. We're saving you a bunch of time. We're doing it fast. It's highly accurate. And the outcome is you're going to know what's good or bad for you. Simple as that. In terms of the consumer benefit, again, it's clarity right at the top, saving time. Improving health, well, that's the goal. It's funny, we have this 3 down, but improving health is the idea here. And you can actually earn cash from the app. So if you refer somebody else to the app, you get $5. If you refer a doctor to the app, you get $100. But if you simply start eating better foods. So there are 452 pizzas, frozen pizzas in the market today. I think we only needed 450, but why not? And the thing is for a specific condition, remember that everyone and every condition is unique. So your profile, mine is hyperlipidemia, which is high cholesterol, and I really don't have anything else wrong with me. Maybe the mental stuff, but can't treat that. Anyway, for that, you order those pizzas from 1 to 452. And for me, the best one could be different than the best for you. But the goal isn't to get the 300-pound overweight man to run a marathon tomorrow. It's to get him to stop eating 452 and move to 131. And that pizza costs the same, it tastes the same, it's just been made better with better ingredients and less junk. And in doing that, we can dramatically change his life. So when somebody makes a positive action, takes a positive action and switches from bad to better, or better to even better, and from good to great to greatest, then the manufacturers, whoever they are, actually pay us. And this is not paying to recommend the manufacturer. This is any manufacturer will pay us to actually get you to switch to the brand. It's the cost of acquisition of a consumer. And so, General Mills will pay to switch to them, and Lara Bar and Annie's and all of their brands that are good, and Kashi and Whole Foods will pay to switch to that. So, an app that makes your life better, it saves you time, it pays you, and it makes you better. That's what we've got here. Now, how do you get the app? So you can buy it in the App Store, either Apple or Google, or you can get it through your life insurance, your health insurance, your employee benefit, or your grocery store. And so those are all of our markets. And this is really a summary of us. We've got a patent, or patents here in the US and Korea, patents and patents pending in 46 countries. I've lost track. And thankfully, I don't have to learn all 46 languages, because I did write the patent and you have to translate it. Our board is, we've got a lot of expertise in medicine. Good thing, right? But also technology. And this is a game changer in terms of impacting society. So my history is as a innovator, a troublemaker. I mean, an innovator. Mom always said that I was a problem child, but she meant problem solver. And so this is my third suite of patents that solve various business problems. But this is the most important thing I've ever done. This is the thing that goes on not only my epitaph, but everybody in the company, and can have really a global impact. The rest of it was about making money, and that's great. We like to make money, and that's fine. But you can't take it with you, and hopefully this, for everyone involved, will help leave a mark, a positive mark. The app just launched this year. I was with a really close friend at dinner for Thanksgiving, and sort of, I don't know, girlfriend, whatever. And I said, you get to be the first person on the planet to try this. Of course, it didn't work. That's so embarrassing, right? Bill Gates happened to him in 2000. Well, I had an audience of one. His deal was a little bigger. Our operating team, very strong. Our boards are huge. We've got a lot of doctors, a lot of experts in insurance, et cetera, et cetera. The big thing that we're looking for these days is our partners. We want to. I'm heading to Vegas for a week to talk to grocers next week. Customers, investors, there's always a round, and the big round comes next year, probably second quarter, as our Series A, and then it goes on to B and C, and hopefully I'm fired before we get too far down the road. So you download the app now, and it asks you for an event code. Use Bailey9. That was actually the lady who ran the last meeting. So I was going to change this for you guys, but it's here in print now, so it's too late. This could have been Steve 10 or Lisa 11 or whatever. And if you want to reach me, my email is adam@GoNo.app. And that's it. That's all I've got.